Hello, Layla Read Art here, back with another Art Oracle reading. Sorry about the late Zodiac sign reading. Been really busy and trying to rest at the same time. But anywho, enough about that. Let's begin. So, this is the Leo Zodiac Art Oracle reading. The dates are July 23rd to August 22nd. The colors known that can be used by the Leo Zodiac sign are gold, orange, warm yellow, red, and royal purple. Colors to stay away from are gray colors and dark black. So I looked through my Pilot G2 pens, and here are the colors I'm going to use. You see the royal purple, which is a deep purple. You see a warm yellow. You see a vivid red. The gold, I will use a neon yellow in place of the gold. I don't have anything metallic looking. And you see an orange. So I'm just going to start and talk at the same time. Just trying to find where I'm going to place the pens. All right, so I'm gonna start out with the royal purple. Leo Zodiac sign, power of the sun. Purple is like a higher self. Crown chakra and the lion. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the paper or whether I should just look through the recording. I'm gonna try to look through the recording, so sorry ahead of time. And the mane, lustrous, flamboyant hairstyle. The mane is like very curated, so showing out for the birthdays, showing out for any special occasions, especially during the light of day or just the season of summer where you can just show up and show out, looking your best. And just maybe a smugness. Let's get that in there. Yellow, usually the standard color for a crown is like a yellow or a gold color. Some, if not all, do like fancier things. They do like, let's see, can't really use a blue color, but they do like fine looking gems and things like that. There may be like tensions, maybe something about the summertime. Something, let's see. Wonder what's wrong with anybody that is Leo, whether it's your sun sign, rising, moon, or a placement. Some may be in a moon sign, others not in the actual sun sign itself, it seems. So not sun sign for some. I get the feeling because purple isn't like a bright color, but I can use the color here. However, the way the warmths are showing up, a lot of you like the nightlife. However, a lot of you aren't working out of your sun sign right now. Or rather, there are many that aren't sun signs of Leo themselves. and thus may not be really concerned with the zodiac sign itself because it's not prominent in their place. Some, here we go. Some manes aren't straight and or spiky, and the energy likes to be particular and show out. Somebody probably wants for such a sign, and it being the sun god Ra, or just Most High. A lot of the Leos want it particularly tailored to them, so personal readings, a call to do personal readings, maybe. Which is saying something. But some of you want me to have a more particular reading, not just a general reading, which is obvious, it seems, because it's like too much. It's like some people have like beards, some people are spiky, some people want me to draw like a female version, some people want certain things particular. And then the red pen fell on the floor. So a lot of people may not like the color red, or red used may represent anger, force, blood, a seeing red. But also this means that a lot of you just want cool, calm, quiet, higher self quality activities. Some people may not want to go out for drinks. If so, they might want something that is not alcoholic. And some male lions may want something more particular, like personal readings. Or it may not be your sun sign. I sense some of the energies are spiraling. You're in your crown chakra too much. Maybe not so much to a detriment, but overthinking too much. So there's thinking way too much. Headspace, I sense structure, I sense bone. Network. Brain, spine, connections, and then the mycelium, the sheath which is around the nerves. There's a coating. A lot of you don't like readings, it seems, as well. A lot of people don't like to be read. A lot of people, especially when pertaining to not only Leo the lion, which is a male lion in this case, but also in correlation to the pantheon hierarchy. The ones that are considered first and foremost don't like to be observed or read by people, like the crowd, so to speak. A lot like to look at and or down, not necessarily at nor down in a way that is demeaning. So not demeaning. You have the sign like right here. And a lot don't want to be betrayed or portrayed as a king. You don't want to be betrayed. And as someone that wants to be seen in a higher light, a higher self, you don't want to be portrayed as less than top of the hierarchy, which is very much so like the placement and the significance of the sun, which is in a lot of like beliefs. Like I think I did a reading, not a reading, but like an art oracle lecture on lions and Leos and differences in frequencies and pantheons, and remembering that Leo, Lion King, territory, things like that, the Most High or God, the highest in the frequency, the energy in the hierarchy, and over here, not wanting to be read, because when you're at the top, why do you want anyone to come up in order to be nosy or bother you? Y'all don't like being bothered, especially with like the mundaneness of the crowd. Like, so maybe that's why a lot of you don't want to go out or drink. A lot of you probably, not in a way that is arrogant or cockiness, it's just a way that you go about doing things. You don't want to be a part of like the hive mind, like the zombie crowd. Like, you don't want to be a part of the hive. You don't want to be a part of the hive mind. You want to have individuality. You want to be over here, not over there, but right over here, sitting on your throne or pedestal. But just because I mentioned pedestal or throne doesn't mean it's out of arrogance or cockiness. It's just the natural way of things. At the top, you need a ruler. You need the head or ruler to actually, like an HR department. It's like you got the higher ups as you go. You don't want anyone at the top that's capable of being easily manipulated, easily swayed by everyone or detrimental people or ways of doing things up here. And it looks and resembles an eye, like an all-seeing, all-knowing, which you can find on the money of what we use today, the dollar, I believe. If I'm not correct, please correct me if I'm wrong. But you do have the all-seeing eye on the back of the dollar, I think. I'm not so sure. But yes, but then also Leo the Lion, the key player. Like, without the king on the board, without the capability of crowning someone king, or having the king depending on whether it's chess or checkers, the game is lost. You don't allow anyone to come and overthrow or to take from the top. You don't allow anyone to disrupt your energy. And they get mad when someone tries to or actually does. Now, I will try to draw the best representation of a female. But also incorporate the fact that females have hair, but not lioness. They don't have the mane. But let's see the expression. And it's more like a subtlety. Like, yes, just as powerful and or just as meaningful. But I also get the energy of, like, I heard the word coy, but also like an air of mystery, like air. So maybe this is in a house in which your Leo sign is in a house that is ruled by a zodiac sign of air quality, so Gemini. And I don't get the feeling to use the other colors, and this one did fall on the floor. So a lot of Leos in the sun sign, but also have to take into consideration the 5th house, because it is the 5th zodiac sign. You do have to take into consideration the placement, how many signs are in each like house of your chart as well. It's a lot taken into consideration, and it's the element of fire. But right now the fire wants to burn brighter, but not necessarily in a way that is red and fiery and the danger or intensity that the color red portrays and gives off. It's like a darker fire. But not necessarily, like, to say dark, some people think like light and dark like means evil, or black means evil, or dark means evil, when actually it doesn't have to be. Just like not all white magic is like benevolent, like you would see in video games and stuff. So someone wants to burn brightly, intensely, however, not in a way that is chaotic and out of control burn, like a slower, more intense burn, I suppose, if I can correct it, like the wording. But to come off as still burning bright, but not in a way that is angered or angering, because you don't want to take it out on the masses, on the people. And there's a lot of energy and tension here as well, like the energy that people are giving off and the energy that people are intaking as well. And then you have someone, an air of mystery, not so much aloof, because I did hear the word aloof, not aloof, but I feel people are observing, but not just the ones at the top, such as the gods, the Most High, whatever you consider in your belief, but also there are people looking at the top. Now this also goes into politics as well. A lot of stuff is happening in the world news as we speak. I did see something today about different congressmen and other people, like, you know, preparing for November, or just any like local votings and initiatives and weeding out like bad apples within different settings. You want people up here that are fair. You don't want people that have agendas behind like mystery and aloofness and unknowingness and, you know, staying hidden and not burning bright, or not giving off brightness, not giving off the glow, but giving off a glow and still being able to maintain your space, your circle of protection. Because black is considered concealing as a form of protection. But I also heard contentment. So a lot of sun signs, but a lot of sun sign in Leos, and also the houses. Like, it's a very intense energy, and some energies don't want to be read because of the significance. Some like details and specifics, as well. I sense that because I get the sense of not using other colors but purple. Not using anything but something to darken, to conceal, but while still burning bright. It's like being to yourself at this time, depending on placements. And some is like, I sense like an unsureness, but not within the self. But I sense it when it comes to dealing with the crowd, with other people, and with different positions and key placements and points of power, of influence, of great significance. And how concealing, not to the point where you dim your light or your crown or your connection to the Most High or the highest God of the hierarchy, or the energy that is, the animus, the energy that is, or, you know, Amun, like Amun Ra, or any other pantheon. Like there are some that believe in, you know, Zeus, which is Jesus, which, you know, Jesus deriven, or Christ, Christos. Thinking of the different correlations, the different connections, parallels. But also this looks like a claw. Like a lioness. And I get the feeling some of them aren't in the sun sign itself. You're in a different, like, you know, part of the wheel that is turning. Like time may feel like it's speeding up for some because something significant happened in other people's lives or your lives in general. When it comes to an individual level, a familial level, or networking or friendships, there's different levels. And each level has its, how can I put this? Each level has its pros and cons, and also its challenges. Like each level, a different quote unquote devil. Like a boss for each level, but a major one at the top. And something or someone is always looking, even if it's something or someone you believe in, another person. This, it seems like female lioness energy, or the feminine quality. You know, has her claws out. That is Sekhmet energy, which is the, I hope I'm not spelling it wrong. I don't like spelling people's names wrong, or pronouncing them wrong. And I get that a lot. Like, come correct. If you're going to step towards someone that's in their sun sign and it's a Leo, or if someone has more than one sign of Leo in different houses, or if they're more Leo dominated, then that person likes correctness and to come correct. And when dealing with certain people in placements that are heavy or of great significance, you just got to come correct. But if you are in fact a Leo yourself, or your placements are so strong but not necessarily your sun sign, it might be in your big three, so it could be an ascendant as well. So not just the sun sign, but up here as an ascending sign. So the three signs, or like the big three, I sense a lot of people want to, also with using the darker and the purple, like, and also it's nighttime as well right now currently. but shining bright in darkness, while some wish to conceal their brightness as a form of protection and always ready for what happens in the nighttime. So like, let's see. So the big three. So maybe, okay, this is the sun sign, this is moon, and this is ascendant. Maybe your sun sign isn't Leo, but it could be over here in the ascendant sign, or placement rather, or it could be in the moon. So sorry, I had to draw it out for me to like really focus and see. So a lot of you might be moon. So a lot of moon signs, Leo in the moon. The sun, but it's like that yin yang, like that tension there, that opposites. And it, like, you wanting to shine bright, but also it being placed in the moon sign, having to deal with things that are subconscious level, that are yang level, yang side, dealing with Sekhmet, or as in the sun sign, it would be Bastet or Bast. Some of you are in the yang, consider it. The ascendant, now this is like your higher calling, while the sun is a parent, while the ascendant is more so a higher calling, wanting to come forth and over and upward. So like, I get to like other readings, art oracles, it's more like, it's a little different. I can see and I can tell. It's more like wanting an explanation, like heavy placements and placements of significance, wanting explanations, wanting to come out of the darkness with some things, but feeling like they have to remain secretive or out of the way of the hive mind, needing someone of like their light, their brightness, their ascension to come forth and forward, sometimes on the behalf of the ones that feel like they have to stay hidden, as a form of protection, needing a buddy system, needing someone to explain or take from like the darkness to uplift you and to embetter your circumstances outside of the hive mind over here, or preventing like being overthrown, so to speak. But also not being so like hidden that you don't have a good time and whatnot, or that you didn't have a good time rather. I also realize it is days past this as well, so I hope everyone did have a good time for their birthday, whichever like Leo you are, July or August. But feeling like a lot of people may have just wanted to stay home as well and aloof from the crowd, but still had a good time, but maybe wanted to go out and be their bright self, like show off that that godly energy, that bright energy. So maybe day events would help, or would have helped in that case. And then wanting to speak, you know, it's like they're very particular, so like being on time with readings and stuff like that as well. Like some signs, some energies are like really particular when it comes to that, whereas some are more so not so much. So getting the hang of it, getting to figuring things out and stuff like that also helps. And thank you to my subscribers and those that watch to consider subscribing. Thank you for your patience, and just know I'm not forgetting doing what I gotta do. I'm posting the content. But anywho, moving on. Some of you just wanted to stay home and have a good time, or depending on the light of day, you might want to go to day lounging or day outings. You might have more fun that way. While some just like to stay home and chill and be aloof with maybe their significant other, or just like by themselves. Like I feel like someone's on the defense, whether it's a Sekhmet energy or a Ra energy or the Set energy, which is the other, like the opposite of. So there's, you know, Sekhmet and Set, and then there's Ra, you know, I mean, goodness gracious. So Set, Sekhmet, which is the yang male, or like yang, like the darker half, whereas like the yin is Bast, Bastet, and Ra, if that makes sense. I probably said it so messed up or so wrong, but let's continue. But yes, on your throne, crown, just observing, looking, focused on one thing right now, which is a lot of like purple, a lot of higher purposes, a lot of piercing through darkness. Like if I had a different, like more opaque color, but like putting light to situations and realizing the different aspects of people, like the yin and yang side, having to consider like some people are in yang and not in yin. Some people have work to do. Some people are following the hive, the crowd, and not necessarily with the color associated, I mean, the meaning associated with the color yellow, which is the solar plexus chakra. Like some people just following the crowd because they're afraid to go against the crowd, or not so much afraid, it's just it's very inconveniencing to have to like constantly like be the voice, be the top brass, so to speak. Always having to rule over not only your own head, but also having to look at the placements within the hierarchy or the pyramid scheme or the schematics, and looking at everyone's capabilities, everyone's usefulness, pros and cons to having people within certain groups and networks, or you know, a lack of, but not necessarily wanting to make people feel like they're going to be booted out of the group, or like finding everyone a place as a king and or queen would, and to some, like hive mind should. It's like a lot of demands being placed on top brass or in hot and up, wanting results, wanting things and solutions to get done, wanting things to be fair, but also in a way that everyone is happy. But at times, a lot of times, decisions, a lot of people on one side or the other ain't gonna be happy. Sometimes people just have to be in equity rather than equality, which seems unfair at times, or can be actually, which is trying to balance things in a way where the law is involved, like weighing and swaying and looking at the outcome of choosing one side or the other, not being able, even at the top with the power and with the capability of lashing out and hiding or being aloof in a way that is like taking like significant steps, calculated steps, pinpoint accurate movements, but not necessarily wanting to get that far, wanting to stay in a light energy, a lighter energy, a yin energy, a doing without having too much at stake, if that makes sense. And not wanting to see red, but just knowing that red also represents beautiful, bright rubies. Not just blood and anger and seeing red. All colors can mean something that may be considered a con. And so a lot of people don't want to go to different associations and things like that. But just know, every color, everything has its weighings. However, depending on where you are, your circumstances, your situations and stuff, and who's within or who's on the outside looking in, you know, depending, you know, everyone has a different color association, different meanings to things, but, you know, not worrying about it to the point where it's stressful or to the point where you ignorantly lash out despite the position you hold, despite your significance that you carry. Just be mindful of those within your circle and those outside of your circle, but still have a good time. And this looks like a form of communication, like a phone or like a headset. So, you know, be mindful, contact, you know, those that you need to network despite chaos going around you and like energy that may be unwanted in your kingdom or just outside the kingdom. So like territory, lions, which are prides, you know, in their way of doing and being, you know, looking out for your pride, looking out for those that want to come in with the hive mind, looking out for those on the outside looking in at what you got going on because they want what you got. They might want what you have, just like on some Lion King stuff. And not all winged beings are angels. Some will lash out, you know, and that plays a part with like archangels, like Archangel Battle of Michael and Lucifer, you know. So yeah, I hope this wasn't discouraging, but it seems that a lot of people with heavy placement, you know, are thinking a lot. They're always thinking, they're always in their head, they're always thinking about the next move and weighing it out and whatnot. But that's to be expected, especially given the significance. You know, without the power of the sun, there would be no light. There would be no prosperity. There would be no warmth. The planet Earth would be like the movie Ice Age. You know, it'd be like the apocalypse or end of world scenario without the power and warmth and everything that the sun provides with, like, you know, photosynthesis, plants, greenery, powering that which is lush and edible, like plants and whatnot. So maybe also a time to, while you're in, like, you know, in for the night or in for like a vacation, relax. Shoot, maybe drink some green shakes, stuff like that. I heard kombucha. They do have different like animals printed out on like some of the brands of kombucha. They do have animals, and I think I've seen a lion on a can of kombucha before, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like, this was a very interesting read. You know, somebody is like going through all this, or may have to, like with the pattern predictions and stuff like that, or a way to just avoid stuff, you know, like making different moves, calculating and stuff. There might be a little one involved, you know, and someone is very protective of their little one against those that are looking inward and with their pride and whatnot. So that's also, you know, the lion, the lioness protecting the ones in the pride. Like, so many meanings. And like, I definitely had fun with this reading, and I'm looking at the time. I don't want it to go too long, but like, I could probably keep going, but I'm not gonna do that. Like, yeah. But yes, just be mindful of the placements and of situations and the levels and how close in vicinity are things like that you need to prioritize. I get the feeling like not everything is hitting at once, but it is significantly, steadily moving along. Like, it's not speeding up for a lot of people, but also not going slow to the point where, like, you know, you have time, I feel, to like handle things, to think things through, but not to a point where it takes too long and you're indecisive about things. So try to come up with a plan if you're one of the Leos, or a placement where, like, with the Leo or Leo aspect, I hear like a leadership quality or someone at the top brass, you know, make sure to make timely decisions. Don't wait till it's too late. And I want to leave off with a good message. So everyone, I hope you had fun. And if you usually wait for weekends or vacations to celebrate, or for different things to happen in order to celebrate, then I hope everyone had a good birthday. I hope everyone with strong placements. I hope this made sense. Let me know what you think. And yeah, it's like, I want to keep going, but I don't want it to be like an hour or more. So, you know, leaving off on a good note. Everyone, take care of your mane. Take care of your head. Take care of your energies. Take care of your higher self and higher spaces. Take care of home and your homestead. Take care. Protect yourself from the outsiders looking in, and from all the naysayers and things as it goes. Protect your position. Protect all that means a lot to you, including yourself. Take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, it's going to be harder to take care of everything else happening within and around you. And so like the out from the within going out, and then the cycles, the energy, and the brooding that it may cause for male or female Leos, and male female placements, even if it's your sun sign or not, what, like male or female, you know, brooding. Like maybe just vent to someone. Do what you gotta do for yourself. Stay hydrated, you know, stay calm. Like bring everything down to like I don't know why I keep saying that, but like don't be down basically, but in a way that, how can I put it, don't be too high up. Just relax. Each energy of your house, your chakras, the colors you associate with, your favorite colors, anything like that. Just calm down, get a drink, relax, but not to the point where it'll inhibit you from making decisions and not being capable of analyzing your surroundings. But yes, I hope everyone has a good day, afternoon, evening, or night. This is Leo Zodiac reading. Also, one more thing, the triangulation of father, mother, child, you know, that like a holy trinity, that which is important to you. Like I said, take care of yourself and your home, your pride, your joys. And again, the view, the triangle, and the view. What's in view? What's in your sights that is important, that you must prioritize, and that you must make decisions on sooner rather than later. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, afternoon, evening, or night, and take care. Bye.